Good Friday evening, everyone. I just want to jump on here and give you an update before things get a little crazier later on this evening. Keep in mind that I frequently update the app and website. So download that Meteorologist Mark app. It's free. You can find that in your Apple or iPhone, Android or iPhone stores, and you can download that for free, and you can get the push notifications as well. You can also follow the website. That would send notifications straight to your email inbox if you have that set up on your phone. So there are other ways of getting information from me other than YouTube and other than Facebook. These are storm reports from today. Remember when I said I was worried about the folks closest to the Kentucky border? Now you know why. Look at that. Those storm reports are right across the Kentucky border, and the blue dots are wind damage reports. Green dots are hail. Red dots are tornadoes. There's been 18 tornado reports. There have been 307 wind reports. At least one of those tornado warnings was a tornado emergency issued earlier this evening. That was a confirmed tornado that moved into a populated area. We certainly hope everyone stayed safe through that. I'm sure there's a lot of damage from that storm. There will be other tornadoes as we go through the evening. There are several tornado warnings in effect right now, and we'll see those gradually evolve into more of a squall line that will move into our area later on tonight. So these are the current tornado watches and warnings. You see the watches in yellow. There is once again a tornado watch in effect for Kentucky. Earlier it was a severe thunderstorm watch this morning. Now it's a tornado watch. And so I think all watches from here on out will be tornado watches as we go on through the rest of the evening. You see Middle Tennessee, no watches in effect right now. That will change as we go through the evening. So your weather radios will be going off and all that good stuff. The red polygons are the tornado warnings. You have one that's going to go just north of the Kentucky-Tennessee border over the next couple of hours or so if it holds together. And that will be sliding on by. But then to the west of that warning, that's an isolated supercell out ahead of the line. That's the stuff we really worry about. To the west of that cell, you see other warnings and polygons there. That's the line that's developing that will be moving into our area as we go later on into the night. Large hail, damaging straight line winds, possibly in excess of 70 miles per hour, and isolated tornadoes are all possible with the line as it moves across the plateau later tonight, probably sometime around midnight, give or take an hour or so. So it's generally in that ballpark. I will add this. The National Weather Service made a good point of this in their latest discussion. Because of the way the atmosphere is set up this evening, storms will contain tons of lightning. So you see that storm in southern Kentucky right there. Once it gets dark, if there's enough clearing to where we can see, we will probably be able to see the lightning from that storm. So there's going to be these storms have tall cloud tops. So if we can get any clearing at all, we're going to be able to see the lightning for a long ways away. And then once it gets here, it's going to be if you have gone to bed, you will probably be awakened. So if you do decide to go to bed, speaking of which, please make sure your weather radio is turned on, or make sure your apps are up to where they will wake you up if there's a warning issued. And then you can jump on online to meteorologistmark.com or have your app ready, your Meteorologist Mark app, and you can see what I'm saying about it. So this is the weather balloon launch that was released this afternoon by Nashville. It was a special launch. They normally just issue weather balloons, or launch weather balloons, I should say, in the morning and the evening. But this one they did in the afternoon just to get a little bit more handle on the data. And you're probably like, Mark, what is all that stuff? I say all this to say this. This is a very unstable atmosphere. Now, this is at Nashville. So you have to kind of look at things from our perspective over here in Crossville. But I can tell you this, if this is what the environment looks like over Nashville, we are still going to be plenty unstable enough to be concerned about severe weather. This sounding would support 3-inch diameter hail. So Nashville is going to get it worse than us more than likely. Things should be weakening down a little bit as it moves toward the plateau, but weakening down from 3-inch diameter hail and 75 mile per hour straight line wind gust potential, we could still be rocking and rolling by the time that thing gets here. So we definitely need to be weather aware tonight. Could something happen and this line weakens enough before it gets here that we're spared? Absolutely, that happens quite a bit. So we've been lucky a lot this spring. So we'll see if our luck can hold for one more night as we get through this squall line situation. So my USA mortgage level of concern, I did bump that up to just barely into 4. And my intern from this summer, Davis Roberts, was asking me, he's like, "You've never gone to 4 before, have you?" And I have before, and I think it was for a winter weather event where we were expecting some icing and whatnot. So where it was going to be a potentially a severe situation. And so I think I've been at 4 before for that, but not for, I don't think I have for severe weather yet. And I do this mainly because it's an overnight event, and that just makes it all the more serious because, again, you can't see well. And so, make sure you got your flashlights with their batteries in them and that you'll be able to see, if the lights go out. If we get as potent of a squall line as we could be looking at widespread wind damage, which could lead to widespread power outages, possibly some power outages being long duration power outages. So I've been warning about this for some time. So I hope those of you who need to take precautions for that have done so and are ready just in case. As far as threats go, I did change the threat time frame now to 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. I've been adjusting that as more data comes in and as we see where this line is developing. All other threats, I did increase the thunderstorm and hail threat today, and the tornado threat as well. I've left the flooding threat alone because the line's going to push through pretty quickly, so that should minimize the flooding risk. So there's a lot to watch tonight. We'll be watching that squall line develop across Arkansas and push into West Tennessee. They are now under a tornado watch until 3 a.m. That will more than likely be canceled early for them because it'll have pushed east of there by then. We'll get a tornado watch at some point, more than likely. That will go into the early morning hours of Saturday, but hopefully we can get this thing out of here by 3 a.m. Usually when the lines develop, they'll kind of start speeding up a little bit. And so I think things will track through rather quickly once things get going. That's the good thing about squall lines. They are in and out of here pretty quick. So, and we'll hope that we dodge a bullet tonight and can keep our electricity and keep our trees and all that good stuff and stay safe and sound. You folks have a wonderful evening. Keep looking up. And remember to get all the latest updates, meteorologistmark.com, or download that Meteorologist Mark app from your app store for free. You all take care. I'll keep you posted. Just keep it right here, Meteorologist Mark.